How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking stories. So the other week on my video, I actually mentioned how this memory stick went missing and it kind of destroyed my Big Finish collection. So this memory stick has gone everywhere in the world with me. It's gone from here in the UK, travelling around the UK, all the way over to France. And when I spent some time in Paris and I went down to the south of France, it was also gone with me. I believe it went with me over to Portugal and Spain and many other places because I carry it absolutely everywhere. But why? So I carry this everywhere because I always have my laptop because I never know if I'm going to need to make a Doctor Who video like this, or if with another thing which I'll be doing, another project, if I'm going to need to do anything with that. So I always take it so it's easy to work on both projects. As well as this, the memory stick, it's a great place to hold all memories off my camera. If I take photos, it's easy just to put the memory card in, drag and drop them over onto the memory stick. So what happened? A few months ago I was renovating my room, I was taking things down off the wall, putting new things back up. I mean, you know what the collection was like all across this one wall here. And I decided to rip all that down and have the setup I've got today. I had a microphone coming out of here because I was going to focus on music, and then decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. So I've done the room again. I've got this vinyl put on the wall, I've got a poster up here, redone all where the music section was here. I managed to get a new Calyx unit, which is literally right here, where my record player sits on top and the K9 does, and redone the lot. But I put the memory stick in the wrong place. See, normally the memory stick is either constantly plugged into my computer or in this little skull jar here. But what I did, I put it somewhere else. So I simply misplaced it into the wrong box. It was a box I was going to sort out, and I had actually sorted the majority of the things out in that box. And the memory stick just ended up staying in that box. Unfortunately, it was one of these things where I couldn't do anything about it. So I went out and I replaced it with my hard drive. So this hard drive has got footage from things I've shot for friends, footage I've shot for myself for YouTube, and a lot of audio books now. But it didn't have the whole collection. So I know I've spoken about it before on the channel. One of my friends who has actually been on this channel and has his own YouTube channel, Brad, he actually traded audiobooks with me from Big Finish. So back in the day, I didn't have as much from you as I've managed to end up coming into now. And my Big Finish collection, I just wanted it to grow and continue to grow to a crazy amount. I also wanted my figure collection to grow to a crazy amount, and it was kind of balancing the two. Now, Brad also wanted his audiobook collection from Big Finish to grow exponentially. So we teamed up. We text each other, say, I'm getting, I don't know, the Ninth Doctor Adventures, and he'd be like, okay, so I'm going to get the 10th Doctor Adventures, for example. And we'd both buy them individually on our own accounts, and then either trade this memory stick back and forth, or log into each other's accounts on Big Finish and download them straight to our MacBooks or PCs, and that would end up going into my memory stick once again. So it was one of those things where just before COVID, me and Brad started trading, and as you can imagine, a lot of audiobooks ended up being on that memory stick. I mean, the monthly collection range, when that was still a thing, we got a hell of a lot of that. We got all the Time Lord Victorious between the two of us. We got, I think it was all of the Out of Time, and a few of the, I got all the Tortured ones. I think he got a few of the Doctor Chronicles as well, and classic Doctor stories. So we really did work well to get a big collection. Imagine what it was like when this disappeared. I lost the whole half of my collection, And it was something as simple as just putting it there where I have in the little hidey hole. I had a box, and I just dropped it in there, and it was gone. So I carried on a very small Big Finish collection, hence why I haven't done a Big Finish update, using a hard drive, and it had absolutely everything on this hard drive did. It was just one of those things where it was like, yeah, I'll just use the hard drive, forget about the rest, and when I get in touch with Brad and see him again next time, we'll just do a big trade-off. And then I decided to rip my room apart again. So over the past few weeks, I've ripped my room apart again and done another mad move around just to try and help me be more focused on my new projects which I'm coming. I used to collect wrestling belts. I used to have one on display here, and I decided to move that one, and the lid had come off the box underneath. Now I don't know why the lid had come off. Obviously, it wasn't put on right, but sat there was the memory stick, and it was plain as day that you could see it. So I kind of had an overwhelming feel of good because I just thought I'd put it inside like that, and it was in my backpack and it just got missing through time, but it was there in the box under the bed. So moved it, got the memory stick, plugged it in right away just to make sure I had everything, and it wouldn't load. The memory stick would not show up on my computer at all. I was using my MacBook, which is my little laptop, but still, nothing. So in my head, it wasn't showing up on my main use. Like the main thing I use, it wasn't showing up. So it was over. It was official. I'd lost half my collection until I plugged it in on a Windows PC. I just thought, why not try it on a Windows PC? It might work. And for some reason, which I still don't know today, it wanted to work. So naturally, in the Windows computer it goes, and it makes the noise. So I look into it a bit more, clicking through, find it on the Finder, look into it, everything's still there. Absolutely everything. So the first thing I did was drag and drop everything from here onto this hard drive. So I've got 2 backups now. So everything's there. I've got all my audio books. Plug it back into the MacBook, nothing. Now I know obviously you use 2 different processors, and for some reason Windows are liked and MacBooks don't like Windows and Windows don't like Mac, and it's a weird one. It wouldn't load. Now I've never programmed this for anything other than a MacBook, and Brad didn't measure the programming of this. So I panicked again, thinking, what the hell have I done? So I left it in my MacBook for a good hour. I just thought, forget about it, edit a video, do whatever I need, left it plugged in. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'd finished editing the video. And I was like, all right, that's it, done. Bouncing the video, and where I wanted to bounce it, I was looking through because I was going to try and bounce it to my hard drive. And this one's called Doctor Who, and it showed up. So I could bounce a video to the memory stick, yet it wouldn't show up for me to actually open and look in. So I decided to bounce the video there. And then when it come up in the little corner, the export successful, I clicked show. And then everything was there on that little hard drive. All my audio books were back, all the videos I downloaded were back, everything. Very, very wholesome to have all my audiobook collection back, and made me realise how lucky I was to actually have it. So this memory stick, it disappeared. It was like a memory wipe, everything I'd lost. And when I put my audiobooks onto my phone, after I listen to them twice, I delete them off. So then I've got no collection of that audiobook other than what I've downloaded from Big Finish. So half of these audiobooks on here I hadn't got. So it was kind of crazy to have them all back, and now I'm actually re-listening to the audiobooks which were on here instead of buying new ones. So it was just a strange thing to find that out of nowhere, not even looking for it after months of forgetting about it. This little memory stick was a nightmare to find, but when I did, I was so happy. And that is the story of the memory wipe. How I had everything and it was wiped away from me, and I had to rebuild my collection and then refound it after. That is it for this week's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for some more Doctor Who content. How's it going, guys? 3 parcels. Now the big one.